Live.
Woo! Drew and John on the airwaves, seeking mysteries that can't be explained. SasqWatchers chasing shadows in the night. In the realm of the paranormal they ignite. SasqWatchers podcast pioneers, unveiling the unknown with curious ears. From specters to Bigfoot, they dig deep. SasqWatchers on a quest that's unique.
It has been a while since I've heard that.
You, man. I'm glad we're doing this SasqWatchers thing again. We're gonna talk about goofy paranormal shit again because
We're back.
yeah, we got the green lights, we got the Sasquatch behind us. I got my paranormal shirt, look, get a Bigfoot fishing, aliens and stuff. Yeah, man.
On the Loch Ness Monster.
Right. I'm ready to roll. I'm ready to get into all of this goofy paranormal stuff that brought us together over a year ago.
Yeah. I mean, the last time we did a live, I spent half of the live defending Tim Lambesis.
Has it been that long since we had was that the
was
Halloween live?
That was the Halloween live.
That's a hot take.
Hot take, but I'm still standing behind it.
Even after the video of him blowing up in front of his girlfriend.
Yeah, dude has like real bad anxiety and shit. Like he didn't attack her or anything. Also, like, why even release that video?
Well, if I felt unsafe and needed a way out, that would be a good start for me.
Releasing a video, just leave.
You can't just leave. He's gonna murder you.
No, he will try to hire someone to murder you. We know this. We know he can't do it.
He's not good at it.
Yeah, he's just real bad at it, man. I don't know. But speaking of murders.
Oh, segue.
Yes, segue, man. We all know the Luigi Mangione.
It's Luigi.
Yeah. Yeah, Nintendo was probably not very happy that day when they found out why Luigi was trending on Twitter. So obviously he's the guy that shot and killed the UnitedHealthcare CEO. Pretty much right where the dude was like gonna go. Like he was going for an 8 a.m. meeting and just got gun jammed after the first shot. So good thing that you got a first shot. So let's talk about that. So the guy had what people call a ghost gun.
Yep.
Which is a 3D printed gun, unregistered. Okay. And of course, this dude's like basically a male model, right? So like all the women, for some reason, women love murderers. Like, I don't understand. Like your wife would leave you for a serial killer if there was the opportunity. Like, that's just how women work. Like, they love people that murder. So there's this whole thing. Everybody's seen it and been involved. I'm not going to go in depth on it, but doesn't it just seem too perfect? Like, he gets caught at an Altoona McDonald's with the gun, with his clothes that he wore that day, and with a manifesto, right? Like, how convenient is that?
Okay, so this is a whole aspect that I just wasn't paying attention to, because first of all, I guess you can sign me up with all these ladies that are in love with this man, because, the brazen attack of a disgusting CEO. Also, UnitedHealthcare CEO. I mean, there are way other
worse
CEOs. Yes, worse CEOs, man. Like, this one only makes $10 million a year, and this is the one that you're gonna murder in the street.
I'm upset that you attacked the CEO when you could have went for like the Fed chairman. or something, you know, like why I mean, United Healthcare is a large healthcare provider. Don't get me wrong. And it was a personal thing. This dude had a personal vendetta against United Healthcare. But man, if you were going to do it, you wasted you could have went higher.
Well, I mean, if all he wanted was free healthcare, he's got it now. This was his plan the whole time, man.
Damn.
He figured it out. He's playing the long game to get that fucking health insurance.
He's got it. Yeah, he's got it for the rest of his life because he's going to be tried in New York. They won't fry him there.
Right. So yeah, it was an intelligent way to make sure that somebody's going to stick their finger in your butt every couple of years to keep the cancer away. So
I'm under, and this is from day one when it all first came out and started. The first thing I said is this dude is a CIA drone.
All right. Well, let me stop you there for a second. Is this a prevailing theory, or is this just something that you kind of put together? Because
I made up.
You made it up
at that time, but I've now seen other.
Has it caught on in other places?
No, I didn't talk about it with anybody. Okay. I just looked at the TV. I pointed at the TV and said CIA, Patsy.
Okay. So I am all for the conspiracy route. It's just not one that I took with this because he had like a pretty sensible getaway plan up until he was riding buses in Pennsylvania. Like he had his getaway electric scooter and everything. I think it's smart not to throw your gun away.
It was a ghost gun.
That's true. Like I didn't know it was a ghost gun until recently. I didn't really follow the story much until he was found in Altoona, which is not far from where I live. Not to dox myself, but like
here we go. Yeah.
This is my backyard, man. So when I saw that it happened in Altoona, I was like, holy shit, dude. This just got really exciting that this guy is just randomly in Altoona of all places. And he picked the worst McDonald's I've ever been to. I just want to point that out. This McDonald's, I'm not surprised, is filled with fucking rats who are going to turn a dude in for trying to do great in the world. You wouldn't turn Robin Hood in. Well, this Altoona McDonald's would. They would be all over turning Robin Hood in. But
so, the worst part about that was there was actually a hotline that they could call that I believe the FBI had set up that you would get a reward. I don't know what the reward was, but this girl at this McDonald's, now the whole shit that came after with them doxing this girl and stuff is too far. Like, this is just some girl that works at McDonald's.
No, she's
like what?
She's like, central Pennsylvania Altoona trash, man.
Maybe, but like, she didn't call the line, so I don't know if she can get the money, the reward for that. I don't know. I would assume that maybe they could make it work, but she didn't call the hotline. She just dialed 911.
Good. Snitches are supposed to get stitches.
Well, I can't support this because what's the word I'm looking for when people take stuff into their own hands? Vigilantism. Because now you're gonna have a bunch of cuckoos that think their boss is the United Healthcare CEO when it's like a mom and pop shop, and they're just going to start whacking bosses left and right, which I did see our first copycat murder. Let me turn to my other computer here now in the fancy computer chamber that I have set up here. Oh wait, no, it's over here. No, wait, where is it? So some guy stabbed his boss in the president of the company in West Michigan. So I'm like, okay, what company was this? So I looked the company up. It is Anderson Express Incorporated. They have like 10 employees. So this dude stabbed somebody's grandpa. And he thinks he's thinking in his head, like, I'm Luigi Mangione now. Like, you stabbed some old man that runs a 10-person company.
Yeah,
that'd be like me stabbing you over SasqWatchers.
Well, I don't provide healthcare, so
that's true. I might have to do it. But so I did think it was interesting that they threw a terrorism charge at him, though, and my presumption is that is because he had the manifesto, which is like 3 pages long. It's not truly like this big. It was just him saying how much he hated UnitedHealthcare, and for not covering something with his back, or I don't know, something or other. So, but he now has first-degree murder charges on top of terrorism. So he's lucky that Guantanamo Bay isn't technically operating anymore. He's going to go to a high security prison in Colorado and get his free healthcare for the rest of his life.
Yeah, well, I mean, jokes aside, not to be, we're only 11 minutes into this. I don't want to get all serious, but jokes aside, like, yeah, man, you can't be like killing people. That's wrong. And there are,
I mean, like, if you're going to do it though, like there were higher, the McRib 87 Dark Hero here, the McRib made him do it.
well,
The McRib
see,
is back.
I have never eaten a McRib in my entire life. Tomorrow
Really?
tomorrow I turn 37. I am 2 hours away from 37 years without a McRib. And
I think you need to have one. I think when
can't.
we do something in the future together, I think that's going to be like a video that we do is Drew trying the McRib.
I mean, I'll do anything for content, but I will only eat a McRib if we go to the Altoona McDonald's where they turned Luigi in, and I can sit where he sat. That's the video that we're gonna make.
It's some kind of pilgrimage, like a religious pilgrimage to the McDonald's. Hey, I'm just gonna be honest. Like, I don't want to sidetrack us on like the McRib and that, but I kind of like the McRib, man.
Yeah,
I don't care what people say. When you get extra onions and extra pickles on it, it just hits, man.
Look, man. It's not. I don't eat a lot of garbage fast food in general, but if I'm going to me, the idea of just eating this little slim, scant, garbage, paper thin, pretend rib.
No, see, you got the McRib mixed up here. I wouldn't call it paper thin. There's some bulk to that pressed meat product.
It's an encore rib. Let's call it like it is. It's a encore TV dinner rib. And if I'm going to go spend $15 at a McDonald's due to inflation, I'm going to get, I don't know, a quarter pounder, double quarter pounder. I want to get something that's going to make me feel like I am going to clog my arteries for a reason. And
get a double McRib.
I just don't like the idea of it.
And what if you put their chicken patty on a McRib?
I mean,
is the full barbecue then?
Is the McRib barbecue sauce the same barbecue that you dip your nuggies in?
I don't know. I use their buffalo sauce. I like their buffalo sauce dip. I don't use barbecue.
Dude, McDonald's barbecue slaps.
Well, then you would like the McRib.
To me, it just doesn't. I just see an encore TV dinner on a bun.
Well, at some point in the future, we're gonna have Drew try a McRib live. I kind of want one now.
You guys can see me vomit and diarrhea after as well. I'll just do the whole thing.
So to go back to Luigi, they had I don't know if you saw how far you saw like the photos and videos of him like being arrested and like being taken into the jail and being booked and stuff. He went from like that picture of him smiling, which is like the picture that everybody was sharing, like that smile right after he capped them, to this like deranged person. Like the photos that were coming out after and the videos, he looks like a complete psychopath. In these later ones, maybe everything kicked in, the adrenaline wore off and he's like, oh, now I'm just a crazy person. Because I was under the impression like this dude's gonna try, like every murder trials, they try to do the insanity plea, right? It rarely works, ever. Hardly. does anyone get in Sandy? And he's definitely not getting it because it's premeditated murder, right? He
Right.
has a manifesto. He had plans to go there. This wasn't just like he popped some dude in New York. This is like a whole big thing. So while all this is going down, Daniel Penny, the guy that restrained that dude on the subway, got all of his charges dropped at the same
Yes.
time.
Thank God for that.
I don't know if anyone's been on a New York subway before, but it is one of the scariest experiences of my life.
I've never been on a
It's
subway.
it's wild to me that there aren't like specific subway cops that like go on the trains, because when I was in DC a couple years ago, they had like, especially at night, there was some sort of security officer or cops. Like there was a heavy law enforcement presence. And I understand DC, but I mean, we're talking New York City, and I know there's hundreds of subways running at all times. You probably can't have a cop on every single subway train, but also like this dude that I can't remember the guy's name. I'm sorry, he's dead. But like this guy had like 40 charges on him in the past, like convictions for domestic violence and all kinds of crazy shit. And then they do the classic wheel him out and say, oh, he was a good boy, he was going to be a doctor kind of spiel, you know.
Yeah.
And I thought for sure that dude was going down because it was New York City. Everybody was out. It was like it was already painted that he was a murderer and everything, and he got let off. So I can't conspiracy theory that one too much, unfortunately.
No, that's actually a big win, especially for that super. I mean, I'm not going to try to get into politics or anything like that, but New York City leans super far left, super liberal. It's very anti-police, pro-crime, and this guy really got shafted when he was just defending himself, and it's taken like 6 months because of the way the due process works. But it's good that he got out of it. But to this Luigi stuff, man.
Yep.
So to me, what you're looking at, if you want to be conspiratorial about it, right? This happens. Nobody reacts the way people want them to. Josh Shapiro is going on TV saying, like, you should be ashamed of yourself if you're like cheering for a murderer. You can't just kill people because you disagree with them. Now, of course, every politician in the world should be saying, like, trying to convince people that, because if we're going to get to that Wild West way of thinking where we can just start capping people that we don't like, they're the first ones who are going to go after the CEOs. But everybody's, falling in love with this guy. So of course you're going to start seeing the flood of, oh, there's a manifesto, and oh, here's a video of him looking crazy, and here's a picture where Mr. Sexy looks like Mr. Crazy, because you're trying to the media is used to make people conform to opinions, and so you're trying to create that narrative that Luigi is just the same crazy psychopath or whatever. But let's go a little further back. Okay, let's go to the Unabomber. Okay, because everybody in love with Luigi right now. If you were to read any of the Unabomber's words, you would probably love Mr. Kaczynski as well. The dude kind of represents a lot of that left-leaning anti corporation thinking, and that's a guy who's kind of slept on in this world of conspiracy because it didn't get popular until much after he was actually arrested and put in prison. But it's just kind of my cousin was talking to me about this the other day, where he was kind of comparing the two, and I was like, you know what, that actually hits a lot harder than some people are going to realize, that these guys are very similar in their belief system. And anybody, if you're championing Luigi, you should go look up the Unabomber, because he has a lot of interesting theories and opinions as well that you're probably going to be surprised that you agree with.
So I think another one along the lines of the Unabomber, there was also Andrew Stack, the guy that flew his plane into the IRS building in Texas back in 2010, I think. And I remember when that happened. And this dude, it was very personal for him. There was like this thing with his taxes, and he specifically was aiming to take out the IRS, the guy that managed that IRS unit in Texas. He flew his plane into his office building and killed the himself, unalived himself. Maybe I shouldn't say killed himself. Unalived himself and the IRS manager at that building. Nobody else was killed in that, but also along these same lines. I just find it funny that the people um that are championing Luigi, I can guarantee you that something like the Unabomber or something like on the surface, they would not support it. They'd been like they would have been like,
Yeah,
you know.
that's kind of the point I'm making there, is that like it's fun in the moment that we live in right now, where everybody's anti-corporation, anti-CEO, and blah blah blah. And I'm not. That sounds like I'm being dismissive of that, but I'm not. I'm very much. I share that sentiment. But when you look at it in such a small dose like that, you have to broaden your kind of what you're looking at. And if you're gonna be chanting "Free Luigi," but you're also like, "Oh man, the Unabomber should definitely be in prison," then you're kind of not smart, and you don't know what you're talking about, and you're just fad jumping and bandwagoning, and like have some
It's
morals with your ethics.
it's what it is, really. It's fad jumping, like, and it'll be forgotten in 6 months or whenever he's sentenced and gone, and he's out of the news cycle. Nobody will remember this.
I'll never
His
forget. I'll never forget the McDonald's that brought shame to Cambria County.
I mean, we could have like never forget merchandise at Walmart for this, like 9/11, like Walmart selling cheap Chinese shit to make money off a tragedy.
I'm going to film as much content as I can at this McDonald's. They're gonna have to kick me off the property because I can't stop thinking about all of the ideas to shoot there. Like,
Well, be careful with words you're using here, because it sounds to me like you're putting together a manifesto right now.
it's the McRib manifesto. Actually, so when you're downloading the McRib McManifesto, that's the McManifesto.
The McManifesto. That's good. I'm gonna have to use that in comments and stuff when I see that in the future. The McManifesto. Not to run away from Luigi, but we've talked about him for 20 minutes now. I want to switch over to another kind of faddish thing, and that is the Haktua girl. I can't even remember it. Haley Welch, that's her name. The Haktua girl, which we know some months ago got famous for her video of saying Haktua, and for some reason we turned her into a celebrity, and she was making the rounds on like all these podcasts and shows, all because she said Hawk, like this. She has no personality.
Just pretending to spit on a wiener, and now
and then she gets her own podcast. It's called the Talk to a Podcast, and it was getting like millions of listens, and we can't even get 3 people in our live on here. But she's completely gone dark the last 2 weeks. She hasn't released an episode in like 2 weeks, and this all stems from a shitcoin that she put her name on, and it ended up being a big scam. And now people want to kill her because people lost like money on this. And I'm seeing like all this stuff. Who buys a shitcoin from the Haktua girl? Like, of all the people that are backing like a shitcoin, we decided let's go and spend my entire life savings on this Haktua coin. so I can get rich, and it just turned out to be a giant scam. They pulled the rug on everybody, and nobody made money except for the people that made the coin, right?
Right.
But she's gone. Like, so there's theories everywhere, and of course, I like the to when I say troll, I don't mean be a troll, but to troll as in look at the conspiracy forums, like lurk on them, and there are a lot of rumors on these forums, a lot of thoughts on these forums that she has unalived herself. Uh, I mean, obviously, there's no proof of that. She's doing what any person would probably do, and she's just going to lay low and hope it blows over. But it's very possible that her couple months of fame that she had is probably over.
It doesn't matter. She just made millions of dollars. Like,
Yeah, there's a class action lawsuit, and also I believe somebody made an SEC filing against her for this shitcoin. So potential legal trouble. But like I said, I think she's just laying low and trying to just hope everybody forgets. With everything
well,
else going on right now.
what what could have possibly been illegal about what happened?
That's true. I mean, these people
That's
made the conscious decision to invest in this coin.
that's the thing. Like, it's such a murky gray area with cryptocurrency and how it's mostly unregulated. So outside of like true actual fraud, there's nothing anybody's going to be able to do just because you're unhappy. Like what
I
like
mean,
the
if she didn't make any promises about, I don't know the specifics. I just know
this,
that she was pushing this coin.
this happens all the time.
It does.
Meme stocks are they're made to be silly, and then they blow up because they were silly and made for that, and then they crash. It's what they had. It's just what happens. And the only reason anybody ever gave a shit about Doge is because of Elon Musk being a stupid troll.
Hold on there. Some of us have Dogecoin. Let's calm down.
Okay, but the only reason it exists is because it was like a silly meme thing. So
I will
it's
say that
still
I invested pre Elon Musk before he was on the Dogecoin train.
right, but it was still a cheap alternative cryptocurrency where somebody could potentially make money because of how cheap and silly and stupid it was as a hobby. It was never meant to just become what it became. And the people that actually made money off of it were lucky. And ever since then, with the shitcoin thing, people have been trying to strike gold again.
Oh, there's thousands of shit coins out there for
Exactly.
sure.
So anybody who's doing, you can't be upset with this. And if you're like, oh man, I'll huck 201. Okay, so that's smart because now you have like this hot name brand person launching this coin. Like, it was more successful than like what an NFT would have been. Do you remember when people did this with NFTs
Yes.
2 years
Yep.
ago? Like,
Yep.
You're stupid if you lost money on something like this, because that's just what cryptocurrency is. You wouldn't be able to sue for
No.
the same situation on a stock market exchange unless true actual proof of fraud can, or theft occurred. And even then, without a blockchain like proof, like, you're not going to get caught doing that. Like, unless she's literally caught laundering money, like, there's nothing you can do. It's a frivolous lawsuit.
Yep. Yeah. So
Move
here's
on.
the real beef, the real McRib here is that the theory, there's a theory here that the entire viral moment was manufactured by Jake Paul to create a character that was eventually going to join him on his podcasts and all that. And now, since this is all blown up, and with the UnitedHealthcare CEO killing, now people are feeling a little bit froggy, right? And we're going to start killing people that wronged us, that she's laying low per lawyer instructions. I don't know of any connection with her and Jake Paul. I don't know. Like,
Jake Paul is the producer of her podcast.
There it is.
So there's the connection there. But
So
to say that the entire, is this suggesting that even her viral video was
mhm,
all manufactured so that he
yep,
could eventually just have her as a character on his show?
all manufactured media
Then
have.
why would she be given her own podcast and not just appear on his show?
I don't know.
That's where I got to draw the line on the theory right then and there, because she immediately, although produced by him, had her own podcast versus being a recurring character on his. He
Yeah.
also just made $47 million boxing Mike Tyson. I don't see what he gets out of that.
I think it's just kind of like the character creation thing. Like, can he make media stars just based off stupid little meme things? And we know in the age of TikTok, until TikTok gets banned in a couple months, that
No,
that people.
he threatened that for 4 years and didn't do shit about it.
I
I
mean,
don't think
look
it's
at
gonna
these
happen.
Costco guys. Like, I don't think these Costco guys is by accident. I think Costco's behind this entire character creation. And then you have the Rizzler, and now these guys are on pro wrestling TV shows and in circuits and making appearances and stuff. Like, these were just two fat dudes of fat father and his son that go to Costco. Like, who gives a shit?
Meanwhile, I produce a quality show once, twice, 3 times a week for a year, and we're not on AEW.
No. I mean, we could probably pull more of a crowd than what AEW is pulling right now, but
Hey, now,
we might have more viewers at the moment.
uh, we're not gonna do that. We don't do that on my
Yeah,
show.
so yeah, Hawk Tuah girl's missing, MIA right now. Don't know if we'll ever see her again. I'm gonna assume since her podcast hasn't been released in like 2 weeks, it's probably done.
Yeah, I mean
Uh,
that's usually the death knell. Like,
we
hey,
know this
most
from
podcasts
experience.
most podcasts fail within a year. So
Yeah, some rumors that she's actually in prison already. Um, that's not how prison works, but
no, she's she's at home. She's enjoying her money. She's laughing at the idiots that just made her rich, and she'll never have to work a day in her life again if she's intelligent. Clearly, she is, or she wouldn't be where she is right now, based off of the dumb video from TikTok. And Godspeed, like, good for her. She took advantage of you dumb idiots that sit on TikTok and make people like her famous. So she's a winner in my book.
yeah, I mean, yeah, she can disappear, and again, like everything else, she'll be forgotten in 6 months, and she's good forever.
On that note, highly, 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 highly recommend the documentary on Netflix, Biggest Heist Ever. It's very similar to what we're talking about right here. It's about the Bitfinex fraud that happened,
Mm.
and that is a well-made documentary. And it's not like an insufferable amount of time. It's literally just one doc. It's not episodic. You're done in 90 minutes or less. It was a fantastic viewing. So if you're into cryptocurrency or anything like that, this thing is a must watch. It was super entertaining.
What's it called? The Biggest Heist Ever.
Yeah, yeah, it's real good. 'Cause
There you go.
I remember the incidents of when it occurred, but I didn't know all of the really interesting and intricate details about, like the Russian
Oh yeah,
government possibly being involved with it.
I I knew some of that, and I remember when it happened, but that's another. It blew over so quick. Like,
Yeah,
it
yeah.
was a big thing, and then it wasn't.
It's the literal largest financial crime in the history of the world. So yeah, it's super good. I want people to watch it so that I can have people to talk to about it.
Speaking of watching things, I took tomorrow off work just to go see the Lord of the Rings movie.
It's an anime.
Yeah, but it looked good. So I took a whole day off. I'm gonna go at noon, be the only dude in the theater,
Cool. So we're gonna
probably
play.
fall asleep about an hour in.
So we're gonna go play Xbox when we end the stream.
Yeah, I don't care.
All right, that's what we're gonna do.
I'll go play Xbox. I'm off tomorrow, man.
So something
Uh,
else that we advertised are the drones, right?
yep.
I wanted
I got
I I wanted to actually lead with the drones because unlike all of the other things that we've talked about, I have some personal experience with
Let's
this
go.
drone stuff going on. So I was unaware of it. Like the drone thing just kind of happened out of nowhere. Like suddenly, almost as if it's like some Mandela effect type thing. One day, everybody just started to say, yo, we are seeing drones and we've been seeing drones for months. Why is nobody talking about the drones? Suddenly, there's been drone sightings for months, right? And, there's never any like really good pictures. There's never any really good video, but just people from New Jersey are talking about how there's all these drones. And then, of all people, Eddie Trunk on Trunk Nation is talking about this because he lives in Jersey. And of course, I'm an avid listener of Eddie Trunk. So when Trunk starts talking about it, I start to take a little more notice. And then every show that I listen to on Sirius XM is talking about these drones. So it's becoming like this, you know, I don't I don't want to say hysterical thing, but it seems very much like a group hysteria thing where somebody points up to the sky and they say, I see a drone. Not everybody sees drones. Things
Yeah.
that are clearly airplanes are now drones. Things that
Yes.
are clearly explainable are now drones, right? So this just keeps going on and on. And people, in line at the convenience store or Dollar General or whatever, are talking about these drones literally everywhere. And then I hear that you can see them in Altoona, which we talked about earlier is the place where Mr. Luigi was caught. And yeah, again, not super far from where I live. So now it has my attention that okay, this stuff is happening near me. I'm going to start looking up, right? So I'm driving on 422 across Pennsylvania and I see what I think is a drone one night and I try to get a video of it and it's kind of blowing my mind because these things are supposedly bus size, SUV size, giant drones, flying in the airspace that drones aren't supposed to. And the interesting thing about this is it's always been drones. Not one person has been like, this is like some UFO shit. There's like some aliens going on. Yeah. Usually people jump straight to UFOs and then it's explained as, well, this was a drone, right? And Mick West, who I'm sure you know, and if you don't
Mhm.
know, is a guy that I actually love to hate because although he doesn't ever discredit the idea of paranormal or aliens or spacecraft, he does every single thing that he can to scientifically prove that what you're looking at isn't that so that when that does occur and he can't explain it, then you could be like, okay, this is completely unexplainable. So the dude just explains the unexplainable in a way that always upsets us because, we are like believers, right? So he's annoying as shit, but even he's not touching this. So then Congress has their meeting about it, and then you have a guy on Fox News talking about how this has something to do with Iran, and obviously there's not an Iranian mothership. I it's silly. But it quickly turned into this hysterical fear mongering thing, and then the prevailing theory became, sorry, the prevailing theory became that what do we have here? Temporary
So
restrictions
this
on.
is as of today. Does not expire until January 17th. And I just want to real quick point out that the original official message from the government was that they were just drones, that they were civilian drones, and there was nothing to worry about. We went from that to we're going to shoot them down pretty quickly,
Right. So
and
then,
no one else. I wanted to show a picture here. So, well, these are all the sightings just in Monmouth County in New Jersey. And this is a close-up of one of them. This looks like a Klingon bird of prey to me. Anyone familiar with Star Trek would know
To me,
what
that
that
looks like
is.
a helicopter.
It does actually, because here's the
Right?
rails,
Yeah.
and that's the back propeller, and
Again, so to me, that's a helicopter. Doesn't look like a drone at all.
yeah. I got some other pictures I'll share, but I'll let you keep going for now.
Okay, so all of this hysteria is going on, and then I look up one night and I see what I think is a drone. Okay, and I'm trying to get video, and I'm like, man, that was actually really neat that happened. I'm excited. I'm going to share that information with my friends. 2 days later, I'm on that same stretch of highway outside of Indiana, Pennsylvania, in between Indiana County and Armstrong County, Pennsylvania, on 422.
Mhm.
422 is pretty famous for a lot of the things that we've discussed Pennsylvania in our the paranormal stuff, because it stretches pretty much across all of that area of Pennsylvania. We've had
Old 422 goes into Ohio. The
right
whole
we've
largest road, yeah.
Yeah, we've had people tell us that they've seen dogmen creatures on 422. Okay,
Mhm.
Bigfoot on 422. There's a lot of stuff that on 422 people just happen to have seen and talked to us about. Uh, so I see this again, and this time I have a better view of it, and I slow down, and I'm the only one on the road. So I decide to get a little dangerous, and I take my phone
Oh
out,
boy.
and I'm recording as I'm driving, and this thing is taking flight patterns that absolutely could not have been a helicopter or an airplane. This thing almost, to me, the flight pattern, it notices that I'm watching it. It notices that I'm videoing it, because as I'm videoing it, it starts to immediately start like uh, veering and jumps to the other side of my vehicle, and it goes from left to right almost instantaneously. And again, not I have seen a UFO, right? I have explained it on this show endlessly. This didn't feel like that at all. It didn't feel out of this world. It didn't feel alien. It didn't feel it. I didn't have that same sense of wonder when it was happening. This felt immediately like, oh, here's one of those weird ass drones, and now these people piloting this drone notice that I'm noticing it, and I feel like I'm in danger now. It was nuts. It was the craziest thing, but I have this thing flying over 422 in this pattern, and it changes when I start filming it. And of course, I could just be having confirmation bias that I have this theory, and uh, like obviously I can't prove that it noticed that I was noticing it and that it was starting to doing evasive maneuvering or whatever. But that's exactly what it looks like on the video. And I have the video, and I it's on my phone. It's not like I can share it right now, but I can upload it onto our YouTube channel. I just have to mute it because there's a lot of you know, Andrew style swear words going on. Like I'm like there's some uncouth language that's gonna have to be edited out of it. Um, but I have actual video of it, so I have proof at least that it's because the first time I saw it, I was like, man, that was cool, but that could have been a helicopter. This time, absolutely could not have been a helicopter. Like, there's no mistaking this was a drone. So I can say from personal experience, this shit's happening. Why it's happening, nobody knows. I honestly don't even care at this point why it's happening. Uh, the story is, are there drones or not? And I can prove that there are. Again, the prevailing theory right now is that there's a nuclear warhead or nuclear
Mhm,
material that
mhm.
was somehow snuck into
Was
America, and the drones are actually United
the
States government drones that are trying to find this, right?
coinciding with all this drone stuff, there was nuclear material that's used for medical devices went missing.
Right.
Um,
And it wouldn't be enough to really do anything with, but you still don't want that ending up in the hands of some terrorists that can
Right.
do something with it.
Well,
Yeah,
they make dirty bombs with them. That
right,
was a big thing. You remember back during Operation Iraqi Freedom and that the whole thing, everyone was scared that there were going to be dirty bombs set off in the United States, which don't take a whole lot of radioactive material to make. You just blow something up and just spread
right.
as much of it as you can.
And then, of course, the fear of drones is not as bad as the fear of a nuclear bomb, right? So then the idea then becomes, well, let's let them focus on the drones, and we just won't talk about the drones, and then
Yeah.
they won't be so hysterical about a potential warhead. But
So
can I just poke the biggest hole in that theory right now? Like, can we do that?
yeah.
If there's a potential nuclear blast that's going to occur to the point where I have to have thousands of drones out looking for this material, why the fuck am I only doing it at night? Why am I not doing this during the day? Why is this not a
So
24/7 like search?
so there are videos surfacing now that of these drones during the day.
Okay.
Not in New Jersey though. I'm trying to find the one video. I saw it on my phone earlier and I didn't save it. I'm going to try to find it while we're talking here. I believe it's either Salt Lake City or Las Vegas. Somebody recorded a drone flying during the day. Now, to me, at first glance, I immediately said this is fake. But everyone seems convinced. They were pointing out the way the reflection of the light off the drone and that. And you know what it looks like? Do you remember in the Halo game series, the helicopters that would come
Oh,
down?
I
It
saw
looks like
that
that.
video. To me, it looked really fake and CGI.
Yeah, that was my first one, but there's videos all over the place now of drones. Here, this is where's this from? It's somewhere with palm trees, so it must be Florida. I'm guessing South Carolina, Florida. Let me share this one real quick here. So you can see here clearly a helicopter right here, right? And
Yeah.
then there's these two. Now people are calling them orbs now too, instead of just drones. Now they're orbs. Supposedly this helicopter is following,
Yeah.
these two drones, which are giving off a steady light, not like the blinking that this helicopter is giving off.
Okay, but that
And
video is still nighttime.
it is. This one is, yes. People in the person that posted this mentioned that there was no sound from the drones, which you wouldn't hear the drones anyways, but you could hear the helicopter, right? Yeah, let me find that one that's during the day. I saw some pictures too that were during the day people were taking, because like they're popping up now. Louisville, Kentucky was another one. Now people were spotting drones all over the city. And
Yeah, but you know what I'm gonna do right now? If I have a drone, I'm gonna go fly it.
yeah,
Like that's the thing. Like
yeah,
every drone in the sky is not a conspiratorial, crazy, evil drone or a drone that's out looking for nuclear material. Like
right,
there are people out there surely using drones to mess with people. There are people out there surely using drones to try to find other drones. Uh,
yes,
like there's again, like you fall into this hysteria, but the story for weeks and seemingly months at this point has been this is happening at night. And if you're looking for something as sensitive as nuclear material, you would think that that would just kind of be something that's happening 24/7 around the clock. And then you just come up with a cover story. Hey, check it out. We're testing these drones for Amazon's new delivery.
yep.
Like I was promised delivery drones like 15
Mhm.
years ago.
Oh,
That's what
they tested them here in Cleveland.
that's what I assume this whole thing is to begin with. Was Amazon testing drones for the same day deliveries.
I want to add to my to go back to when the FAA now has a flight ban on all drones in that area in New Jersey. If you're thinking at this from a logical reason, the reason for that be like you stated is now everybody's flying their drones and there's just going to be drones all over the place in the air. But what I'm understanding is these aren't like normal these drones that people are seeing aren't the normal drones that like you and I would purchase and fly.
Right.
That
They're
these are like military grade drones, like full
huge
sized
SUV
aircraft.
size.
Yeah.
Yeah, like people have even reported like the size of a school bus. So
Yeah. So I did find this video of this one that I still think looks pretty fake to me. I've watched it now a few times. It just does not look real to me. I'm going to share it just so everyone can see it. So this is it right here. Ignore this dude. I don't know who this is.
yeah, I saw this one. This is
Yeah,
fake.
this. It looks beyond fake to me. That I don't even know why this is even being taken seriously. Because, like I said, this looks like the freaking things from Halo. Whenever they come in, and land, and
Yeah,
stuff, it's like that's
no,
taken straight.
this is very much a CGI video.
Yeah. And actually, I want to go back to the very beginning when you see the buildings. These don't even look real. Like, look at this building here. That doesn't look real.
I could recreate this with AI in 2 minutes.
Yeah. Yeah, but this is the kind of stuff that's now, being spread, of course, like anything else. This is a video from Japan from, well, it would be last night for them. It would have been early this morning for us. Also at night though. This looks to me like a rocket re-entering the atmosphere and breaking apart. Not drones. This looks like something breaking apart to me. Here, they zoom in. See, that's not drones.
Yeah.
That's like something space debris or meteorite or something re-entering the
Yeah,
atmosphere there.
that has a tail and everything. That
Like, see, clearly it's something breaking apart. So not drones, but everything's a drone now.
right, but I saw a drone, so
Let's get the video up. Let's get it up right now.
I don't know how I'm going to be able to do
Email
that.
it to me. We'll get it up here.
Okay.
And we'll play it. I'll mute it, but we'll play it. So yeah, the helicopters were chasing those two orbs in Riverview, Florida. That was from last night. Yeah, you think I'm trying to find videos during the day. I know I saw a couple pictures. Of course, even during the day they're blurry because nobody has everybody's using cameras from 1999 to take these pictures apparently. I do think though that it's a very convenient distraction from the really shitty spending bill that they've been trying to push through Congress.
Yeah,
Not
that's also something
not
that
to get political, but like this is the perfect timing to cover like this horrendous spending bill that is full of raises for all the politicians, that sends more money to Ukraine, all this extra pork barrel bullshit.
I mean, it was denied and disagreed
was.
on, and now the government's going to shut down, and also I don't think the government should ever be shut down. Remember that this shut down and that you elected these officials.
I think if the government's gonna shut down, it should be shut down for good.
Yeah.
No, we're not restarting. Like, this is it. We're done. We're going full on wild west. I am now the governor of my city that I live in, and you will obey me or I will kill you.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's send me something.
Yeah, those are the videos.
You sent it to my phone.
I did, because that was the easiest way to do it from my phone.
All right. All right, I'll work on getting these,
man. I really do have such a Pennsylvania accent, don't I?
I don't know. I feel like you have like a Drew accent. You're unique. You're the only person I know that sounds like this.
Anytime I hear somebody talk about how us Pittsburghers have an accent, I always think it's stupid. And then I heard it when you played that
Why'd you send me a 2-second clip of the dashboard?
Dude, I had to send you all of it. That's all of it. That's the entire experience.
All right, let's get this sent to my email here so I can share it with the world.
Also, you have my old broken iPhone. Have you ever gotten into it so that we could share the world the UFO that I saw?
No, I forgot about it, but it is sitting right here. I will have to. Okay, I'm gonna set this on top so I remember. It got covered up into some stuff. What am I looking for on that?
Just give me all my shit off of it.
Okay.
There's also the proof of my pro wrestling careers in that, so that like all
Well, I
like,
can vouch for that. I know that's real.
yeah, but my kids want to see the videos of my training and stuff.
Oh, that's not that exciting.
It is to them. It also proves that I did something with my life once.
That's true. All right, I got that sent into my email here. Here's a nice people in New Jersey shooting at the drones are going to crack the firmament and cause the apocalypse.
See, here's my problem with shooting. It's like that bullet's gonna come back down and hit somebody.
Yeah, that's not going anywhere except for back down. It's not going to crack the firmament. Yeah,
I know somebody from Katanning who on
yes,
New Year's got shot because of something like that.
yeah.
I'm not gonna
Oh, it
name him.
happens.
But,
I know who you're talking about though.
yeah, of course.
Okay, we did
That was a
Japan.
story.
So here's another theory that these drones. So this goes back to one of my favorite topics, Die Glocke, the Nazi bell. That these drones are coming from the past to the future, and they're actually the Nazis coming back to take over. Is what this theory is.
That's at least a fun one.
I mean, it's a little bit random, right? Like, hey, here's the Nazis are back, but they got drones. Like, what else we got here for Solar Watch? The drones are appearing during one of the most volatile solar storms of the year. Okay.
But why cover that up? Why not just say that if that's what's happening? That's the entire basis of this theory fails when you add this logic to it where you're like, "Oh, okay, that's interesting." They could have just said that.
Also, like, solar storms are nothing. Like, when you really
Yeah,
look
right.
into solar storms, like, you could have the worst solar storm ever and it's still not going to matter.
You know
Like,
what's really cool about a solar storm? We got to see the northern
yeah, the
lights in
northern lights,
Pennsylvania. Like,
right?
come on
Yeah.
now.
Here's this is actually a ploy by Elon Musk to become president.
He's
It's
not
a
from this country, so move on.
yeah,
You
not gonna
dummies.
work.
Like,
I'm looking down through here at some of these conspiracies. I don't know what that one's about. Homeland Security wants to shoot down all drones. This is an attempt to ban drones nationwide. I've heard that one a couple times because there is a bill that hasn't been voted on or even brought up yet in Congress, but it is to greatly restrict civilian amateur drone flights. So they're
good.
saying that they're using this as an attempt to restrict drones.
Here's why that doesn't need to happen. You just have to say, hey, we're the government and this is what we're gonna do. We don't like there doesn't need to be any type of that's where these crazy conspiracy theories lose me now. Like ever since when did the conspiracy community get so lazy and inept? Like it doesn't take a giant drone conspiracy for somebody to start putting restrictions. Do you think that they didn't do this when they decided to make people have to have seatbelts on in a car? Like, are you gonna tell me that what what is it that I almost said the Lindbergh baby? What's that thing that crashed right around the time of the Lindbergh baby?
The Hindenburg.
The Hindenburg. You can tell me the Hindenburg was it just a ploy to get people to have to wear seatbelts? Like
I mean,
that's what we're edging into right now. All you have to say is civilians are driving these drones over people's property. Let's start restricting them.
ooh, here's a good one. What's this? Polish clairvoyant explains that the drones and UFOs are here to harvest humans as cattle.
That's the most that one makes more sense than the last one.
Yeah, that's like basic UFO conspiracy theory 101. Somebody has drones. Could Luigi Mangione be the Antichrist? No, because he doesn't fit any definition. These are the people, by the way, I'm sorry, I'm gonna go off here. These are the Bible only type of people, the Protestants, the people that say sola scriptura, and then they come out and say, oh, this guy's the Antichrist, even though he doesn't fit any description of what an Antichrist is that's in the Bible. Right. It's in there. It tells you. And we all know that the Antichrist in the Bible they were talking about was a Roman emperor. It's not somebody that's coming anytime soon. They were talking about the Roman emperor that persecuted Christians. I can't think of his name right now.
The closest thing in modern times to
Barack Obama.
Okay.
Uncle from Switzerland, World War III preparations, drones, nukes, and a second 9/11. And there's some of the stuff I wish I would have read more and just looking at some of the topics because some of this stuff is just wild. So this guy's uncle from Switzerland. Here we go. Oh, of course it involves the Vatican because every good conspiracy theory goes back to the Pope, right?
Just like my emails.
Yeah, they fall on deaf ears. Switzerland, a small yet neutral enclave of order in a tumultuous Europe, is a territorial anomaly akin to the Vatican. Its distinctiveness, what is this person even talking about? Both suggest Switzerland could potentially. So apparently Switzerland's going to become a world power. These drones are going to cause the next World War III, which, by the way, I've been waiting for 3 years for Ukraine to become World War III, and that hasn't happened.
Again, we didn't need drones for that. We just have to start, like getting involved with all of that shit in Western Europe.
I thought there was a time that we were real close to it popping off when that one dude, like from that one dude that had like his own private military, like took over that city in Russia.
Yeah.
And then,
but then Russia just killed him. It was
very
quick.
He died. He's alive.
No. Oh, well, we're not talking about the same guy then. I'm talking about the dude who happened to die in a plane crash after.
Oh, no. Different. This is the guy. I don't know what, I don't remember exactly what happened, but like Putin was like, how about you just go live in Belarus forever and don't ever come back to Russia? So maybe he did die in a plane crash after.
Yeah,
I don't know.
He died in the plane crash.
Okay.
He just conveniently died in a plane crash. On his way to Belarus.
Right, which is like right across the border from Russia.
Right.
So Syrian leader is missing. What does this have to do with drones? I don't know. He's not really missing. He went to some other country.
He was overthrown. He fled for his life.
Which, by the way, is not to be political, but one of the worst possible things that could happen to Syria, because like now the extremists are running the show, and it's not going to be a good time. It's Afghanistan all over again.
Yeah, the United States in 2025, but whatever.
Yeah. Okay. People, something about russet potatoes. Could Trump really be Jesus? No. Again, these same people. Females are females as evil as men. Yeah, they can be, I guess. Here, what's this? Okay, here's second wave of drones and UFO sightings coming in 2025 after first quantum breakthroughs. We already have quantum computing, so I don't know what you're talking
Yeah.
about. Hacked. Oh, okay, this is good actually. I might have to look more into this one. So apparently, quietly, researchers came up with a way to use quantum computing to hack, quote unhack, interstellar databases and access the multiverse. And this is what these orbs slash drones are phasing in and out of our existence. Somebody watched a little bit too much Marvel,
No, that
I
that literally
think.
just that's based off of a story that happened over a couple days ago, where a quantum computer was used to uh, solve a math problem that will take quintillion years to prove uh, that it was correct. Um, so
Okay.
that's just piggybacking off of a news article that happened a couple of days ago about a quantum computer that did some math. I know exactly what they're referencing, and that's as
So okay, computer did
that
math.
is that is as basic as I can say it.
I can't. I don't have time to sit here and read the entire article about it, but I did find it. I'm sorry, I'm reading the thing about Luigi Mangione being the Antichrist. Um, there's the firmament thing again. It's a fun time right now to be a conspiracy theorist though, because there's all kinds of things to conspiracy theorize about, I guess.
Well, Trump is going to be president again, so these people have to dedicate their lives to other conspiracies now. So hopefully there should be some more variety, and it's not all just Trump and government based anymore, and we can
I
get back
don't
to some fun stuff.
What is with all the President Elon stuff? Like, there is a ton of stuff about people saying about how Elon is actually going to be president. Like, he literally cannot be president. Although, I mean, like Barack Obama was president. We all know about his birth certificate, though. So,
The perfectly
um,
legal American birth certificate that was
yeah,
proven to exist. That one.
the one that was photoshopped. So here's a good one. Incoming celestial objects. So this is tied directly to the drones. You have approximately 60 days to prepare for the influence of an object that is inbound from the Orion constellation. The object will not impact Earth, the moon, or any other planetary body in our universe, but given the nature of the object, life as you know it will forever change. I can only tell you this. The US government has been tracking this object and studying it from the same location where they have the remains of the UFO that crashed in Roswell, New Mexico, White Sands Missile Range. How do I know this? I have a bunch of letters with altered names when I was employed at New Tech and WSMR, which is that White Sands Missile Range, studying physics of this object. I have now resigned my position and I'm secretly with my family in the Ozarks with enough food, water, fuel, and energy resources to last 2 years. First comment, prove it.
Yeah.
Well, so I like that this guy, obviously LARPing, a lot of LARPers on
Yeah.
here, and sometimes they're funny, but this one's funny because like he says that he's secretly hiding with his family, but then goes on to tell you
Exactly where
where
he's
he's
secretly
at.
hiding.
I mean, the Ozarks is a decent sized mountain range in the middle of like Arkansas, right? But like, it's not that big. And he's secretly with his family, and they have enough food, water, fuel, and energy resources to last the next 2 years. Thanks for giving
he's
it all up, man.
he's not too far away from an internet connection.
Yeah, right? He's
Like,
got a satellite phone out in the middle of the Ozarks.
like,
Yeah, so here's here he is again. There are already, this is in response to people calling him out. There are already pictures of this object available on the internet. Save this one fact: those who have posted them do not understand what they are looking at. They've described it as 3 objects. It is not. It is one massive circular created by advanced civilization numbering in the billions of beings, 2 propulsion systems whose powers we cannot understand. I thought he was studying it though. Like he doesn't understand the propulsion system. All communication attempts with the object have failed. We are receiving their signals but cannot translate them into a coherent message. All hope is lost. Check with people in Las Cruces, New Mexico and El Paso, Texas. They will verify that a lot of the people that work at WSMR are leaving en masse. I cannot risk posting anymore. What if I'm posting is not true? Then that's only me a liar. If it is true, you better be prepared. We have 60 days.
That's great.
I'm gonna set a hey Siri, set a reminder 60 days from now.
What do you want to be reminded about?
Giant celestial space object.
Okay. Giant celestial space object. 2025.
February. Oh man, at least I get to see my birthday. It's like 5 days after my birthday. Oh wait, I just doxed myself. Damn it. Anyways,
Siri, call 911.
Careful. Neil Cavuto and the conspiracy of drones. All right, so Neil Cavuto is controlling these drones. Elon bought Trump. I doubt that. Trump bought Elon. I read that backwards. Wow. Doubt that. Bioweapons, disease X. So this goes with the so here's another thing we can talk about: bird flu. The
that's
avian
happening
flu.
again.
Yeah, this happens like every 10 years. I feel like there's an avian flu outbreak somewhere, and everybody over panics. Like California's already put up state of emergency in the one city where the dude was that was sick. Like that's a little bit of an overreaction, but it's just going to be the next COVID-19.
Dude, the worst flu I ever had was the same year that the bird flu.
Swine flu. No, I had swine flu, man. I was bad.
Dude, like bird flu, man. And I was like, I never went to the doctor or anything, but it was the sickest I've ever been. I had COVID twice and it didn't touch the bird flu.
I was at North Point. I was at IUP and I got when swine flu was a thing, and I was so sick for like a week. Like the most sick I've ever been in my life.
I was working at Little Caesars at the time.
I remember when you worked at Little Caesars. I came up there that one time. What did we do? We went somewhere after Kmart. After you got off work.
I don't know, but
we went to the video store or something when it was still that family. Was that the family video that was up on top of the?
I'm not. Yeah, I think it was a family video. But I remember when I was there, your ex-girlfriend had a friend that was supposed to go out with me and then stood me up. So the timeline matches up.
Well, it's a good thing that happened because you wouldn't be married probably today.
Why wouldn't I?
Well, it wouldn't be to your current wife.
Well, I doubt that the butterfly effect occurred like in such a way. It's like I doubt if we had gone on a date, my life would have changed in any way, shape, or form. I
think it would have completely altered the trajectory of your life.
I was a 20-year-old who worked at Little Caesars in a Kmart and didn't have a car. I wasn't much of a catch.
But it was always hot and ready.
Yeah, just like me.
Yeah, hot and ready.
You know what I'm hot and ready for? My video. Did you get that up yet?
Oh, I forgot about that. Did that come across to me? Why did I not get that? I got it on my phone. Yeah, I got it there. Hold on, let me try this again. Did not make it to my email for some reason. Why don't you tell everybody about our movie that's coming up soon?
Okay. So we have a date picked. We are working once more on another documentary. It's going to be a fun one. It's not paranormal related yet, but who knows what type of shenanigans we can get ourselves into. We are going to road trip to one of the 2 remaining Sam Goodies in the world before it shuts down in February. And so that's going to be an exciting documentary that we're making about just going to this social media store, like, I guess I don't know what they sell at Sam Goody anymore. I would assume social
What did they
media.
sell at Sam Goody back when Sam Goody was a thing? I don't even remember.
Dude, that's where you would go for like music, CDs.
I don't know if I've ever
They had
bought anything at Sam Goody.
DVDs. Dude, I went to Sam Goody up in Katanning. I used to go to that place all the time, man. I
I
bought
do
this.
remember. Was there a Sam Goody in the Indiana Mall?
I don't know about that. Probably. There might have been. I bought this really badass Slipknot button-down shirt that looked like their jumpsuit at Sam Goody. I got the Iowa album at Sam Goody. I have some memories from Sam Goody, man.
There was a Sam Goody at the Indiana Mall. I do remember the one up in Katanning too. I just don't remember ever buying anything from Sam Goody.
That's probably why it went out of business.
I'm sorry.
I've always been a physical media guy. Like,
Mr. Goody, I'm sorry.
Sam Goody, like the guy who worked at this one in Katanning was this real big fat guy, and he had like a classic white van that
Oh, good.
I was like, this is what I want to be when I grow up. Yeah, it's like, man, I aspire for this. This guy has the life.
That's sad.
He works at a record store, and he has this cool giant van.
That he probably was kidnapping children.
No,
with.
I didn't get that vibe at all. Keep in mind, I was a child. He did not try to kidnap me.
Speaking of not to go away from the Sam Goody topic, but real quick, I wanted to mention this, that I always love seeing your doppelganger in Katanning. This
What
dude
doppelganger?
there was one that was like a legit spitting image, and I don't know if you remember, but like back over COVID when I was back in PA for a while, I texted you one day and I was like, "You're never gonna believe who I'm looking at right now." Walking up here at the shop and save in Katanning, it was your doppelganger, man. One of them.
I don't remember it, but that's one of my favorite games to play is the doppelganger game. We find one that looked like my cousin Mitch literally every freaking day, and I work with one now, and I've been like sneaking pictures of him.
That's not weird.
It is. It's very weird. That's why I'm sneaking them. I haven't been caught yet. I'm like, I gotta snap this picture real quick. I'm gonna pretend that I'm doing something on my phone so that when he walks by, I can get a picture and show it to Mitch.
Now that you've given away your secret.
Yeah.
So Sam Goody actually started all the way back in 1951. That was the first Sam Goody was opened. Then in 2000 it was bought by Best Buy.
That's why it went to shit.
Yeah. Yep. Last two surviving ones are in St. Clairsville, Ohio, and the Rogue Valley Mall in Medford, Oregon.
Yeah.
Oh man, the Soho Valley Mall. This looks like a. We might have to do a whole documentary on this mall. This is like empty mall. This is Sam Goody, the only store still operating in this mall.
I can't wait to find out.
There's a Dunham Sports, because every desolate mall always has like a Dunham Sports or like a Dick's. And I have a conspiracy theory about Dick's that it's a front for something. I don't know what, but anytime you go in Dick's Sporting Goods, there's always like 50 employees and there's people walking around, but I've never seen anyone buy anything at Dick's Sporting Goods.
I bought.
Well, I'm not saying you haven't, but like go into it. Everybody go into a Dick's Sporting Goods and just people watch and walk around. Like there's all these employees, and then there'll be like a handful of customers, but nobody's buying anything or looking at, like they're just like looking, like nobody's doing anything.
It's a brothel. Just ask for the back room. It's in the title.
That's true. I don't even. Is the one at the mill's still even there? I don't even.
It's called Dick's for a reason.
Yeah, this. Oh, there's a Hickory Farms smoked meats and cheeses at this mall. Well, I know what I'm doing when we get there. And of course, Spirit Halloween. The savior of all empty mall buildings. Is there like a weird church at this mall too? Because usually there's like a mall church. Those are always my favorites.
Old people gyms.
That nobody's in, like just these empty gyms, and then like the Bed Bath or the Bath and Body Works that nobody's ever in. There's an Osaka Japanese steakhouse. There's our lunch that day. Nibiru and the incoming UFOs. Drones are actually scouts sent from the Planet X Nibiru to. This is one that I forgot to mention. So this is actually, I've seen quite a few posts about this. There's actually a current interdimensional / intergalactic war happening in our country right now, and these drones or orbs, they're calling them orbs, are beings from this other dimension. That are at war with the United States government.
What kind of garbage dimension are they coming from? Where they're we are going to travel across dimensions, but we're just going to be plastic metal hunks of things with lights that can only fly at a certain rate. Get out of here! You people are so dumb. Like, you don't even try anymore, man. There's no logic behind this at all. It's insane. Did Matt Epps write that?
Oof. Hey, oh, man. Hey, synchronicity, dude. Just as you said that, I opened up a post that said, best dog man story yet. It is not him, though, telling this story. This is somebody else in Manistee National Park. Where the hell is that at?
Let me tell you something. I saw these drones.
It's in Michigan. Well, this is like a nice little town, actually.
Looked up in this sky.
Yeah. The one thing I'm scared about when the collapse happens is being alone with the dog man. I'm not sure why you're so special if the dog man picked you to be alone with.
I think you're...
By all accounts, the werewolf population and the non-reverting dogmen have infested small town and countrysides all over the world. The proof of this is the wild game population on the decline. There will be substantially more incidents of attacks on livestock population, farms, and individuals living in these towns. Once shit hits the fan and social orders fail, they will once again feed on the rural population and campers without fear of the military and law enforcement. Once again, feed on them, as if the dogmen have been in the past had been feeding on these populations centers.
It's ridiculous.
This is the main reason that I own over 100 guns. You know, some schizoid is sitting in his house, like full armory, ready to like kill a dog man.
This is the main reason I own 100 guns.
This is what I don't like about the dogmen. How intelligent are they? How strong are they? Is this something that has incomprehensible power that not even we can handle? The dogmen are so powerful that only internet weirdos see them and make YouTube videos about them.
It's the most logical thing I've heard in an hour and 23 minutes.
Rebuke dogman in the name of Jesus. Just a lot of people talking about their dogman experiences. We kind of got all over the place here at the end. I'm just kind of running down through a list of like random conspiracy theories. Do you have anything specific you want to mention? When I said about the movie, I didn't mean our secret movie that you just divulged to everybody. I was talking about Of Dice and Men too.
Oh, Dyson Men too. Yeah, it's just sitting at the editor's computer
Well,
waiting
I'm
to be finished.
that's tell it like tell everybody about it. Like this is your chance to get it out. We don't talk about this stuff very often.
I haven't stopped talking about Dyson Men 2 since we filmed it. Uh, it's the sequel to the super awesome movie that you can get from Star Pictures. James Balsamo of Acid Bath Productions put it out. He's a cool dude. Support him in every way that you can. I actually just bought one of his Blu-rays not too long ago that doesn't even have my movies in it. We actually have another feature film that is included in one of his. That's called Cop Drama, and haven't really talked a lot about that one because I don't remember what compilation it's being put in. But yeah, so this is technically going to be the third feature film that is released. My third directorial effort. It was a lot of fun. It's
I think it's going to be really interesting to see it all put together, just the way it was filmed. Because like it started off as a totally different movie, right? Because If Dyson Men 2 was not the original, you were going for something else, and then If Dyson Men 2 just kind of fell in to
well,
that
I would.
spot.
What happened is I've been trying to get this other movie done for the longest time, and then we got Dice put out. And when Dice came out, suddenly all of the people that I made Dice with was excited to make movies again for like 2 days. And so we got this movie made, and I wrote this script and nobody showed up, so we had to rewrite on the fly and shoot on the fly, and it has all of this really incredible filmmaking uh, effort in it that I can't wait people to see, and I can't wait to do a commentary on it, and to tell people how we had to literally rewrite this movie on the fly every day, and we somehow managed to put together what I think is a really, really strong, good movie. But it's just not done yet because there's people that I love just aren't as excited as they were 2 months ago and haven't completed the fucking movie. So that's just where we're at right now. As soon as it's done being edited, I can shoot everything over to James and we can get that on a disc and people can buy it. And I have lots of plans to like try to get a red carpet premiere and maybe even have somebody screen both 1 and 2 and make an event out of it and document it and make a documentary. And you just know how I work. I'm always working when it comes to this stuff. How can I create the next thing? How can I continue to create good, compelling content out of everything that I'm doing? I keep disappearing. But yeah, so yeah, Dice 2, man, I'm really excited about it. And in the meantime, it's out of my hands. I'm trusting an editor to finish it, and when it's done, I'm trusting somebody else to put it out and distribute it. So really, my hands, like there's nothing that is up to me anymore. So now I'm working on the next projects. So we have our Sam Goody documentary. I have a couple of other ideas. I want to get our other documentary idea that we've been talking about rolling. I want to get part 2 of the Melonheads and the Ohio Hellmouths done, and there's going to be a lot of upcoming SasqWatchers content. Get back into the paranormal. It's been really fun and progressive to get into the other areas that we've talked about, but I want to stick to the roots and get back to talking about the spooky things, and that has nothing to do with the fact that people generally only listen to the spooky episodes at all, and everything to do with the fact that I just kind of miss talking about it.
Yeah. Well, there was some drama and stuff that went down, and we
Yeah.
kind of took a break from it for a while. We're doing some other stuff, but I don't see any reason why we can't
Nah.
come back in. And
Matt Emsh is a bitch. That has nothing to do with. We can still talk about Bigfoot.
Or the apparently the dogmen that have been just killing off civilizations.
Dude, I
literally
have hundreds of guns. It's the only reason.
Here's a good one. Vegans are reincarnated as animals waiting to be eaten after death.
Again, that's at least a fun one. I can't prove it wrong.
Why is the government ordering tons of potassium iodide? Uh-oh. This is true. They are ordering lots of potassium iodide, but I mean, that could be for 22, what's that say? 224,601 vials of 20 tablet iodide tablets were purchased by the United States Pharmaceutical Organization. I don't know. The restocking, they probably have expirations, right? I don't know. I'm running dry here, man. You got anything you want to talk about?
Just waiting for my drone video.
I don't know why it's not sending. Like, it's not coming to my email. Maybe it's too big to send through email.
It's 40 seconds long.
Yeah, I know. I don't know why it's not coming through. You should have just emailed it to me.
The same thing would be happening. Your email is not working.
I've sent it to 2 different email addresses too, and it's not coming through. So obviously they don't want this video to get out.
Right. So the proof is in the pudding there, but you have it. So eventually we'll get it put up. But yeah, man, that's all I have. I'm ready to play. I'm ready to go play Call of Duty.
Do I have Call? I think I still have it installed. All right. Well, rather than me just keep dragging this along, I think we're going to go ahead and call it. We had fun. We spent an hour and a half doing a live talking about things that we used to talk. It was great. It's invigorating to be back. We haven't done something in a while. So just wanted to say thank you, everybody who watches this and has been watching it. And thank you to everybody that watches. And I hope everybody has a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Also, yeah, I mean, it is Christmas. So go check out our shop on Printify and get that SasqWatchers Christmas gear that's still available.
I have 2 Christmas ornaments hanging on my Christmas tree right now.
I still have everything. I still have everything priced at 0 profit because I'm not a grifter like other paranormal podcasters. So, yeah, without further ado, we're going to hit the outro and we're going to go play some Nuketown.
Let's do it.
We're reaching the end. Can't you feel that groove? Thanks for tuning in. We're in the sky moon. From the start till now, we've been having a blast. So put on your dancing shoes. It's time to skate fast. We've got a request, a little favor to ask. If you like what you hear, give us a thumbs up and clap. Subscribe to our channel. Join the Sky Nation. We'll keep spreading the rhythm worldwide sensation. Thanks for tuning in. It means the world to us. Like and subscribe. Show your love and don't fuss. Check us out on YouTube. We're ready to roll. Skate with us forever. Straight to your soul.
On that note, make sure you have guns and ammo for the incoming Dogmen invasion.